Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome you to a brand new series. This is called Timber and Stone. This game is kind of a sandbox strategic sim, I guess. You don't actually build directly as so much as you have guys build for you. Um, I'm starting off yet again, a new world. The last 6 worlds I've tried now have lasted a whole total of maybe 20 days, I think was the record I had. Barely. And I was completely wiped out by marauding hordes. So, we'll see how long I can last. This game is surprisingly difficult. So, we're going to start off. I've already looked around the map. I found a nice area here. I've got a rock deposit here. So surface materials, lots of wood to start with. Some flat lands that's going to be usable for farming later. That kind of thing. I like to build on a hill, so I usually pick hilly terrains. I try to pick mountainous terrains as much as I can. So right in this little clearing is where I'm going to start. When you start out, you place down your little wagon and turn off the tutorials and start the game. You start off with a bunch of guys of various skills and a handful of resources, and that's all you start with. I'm going to play probably, I'll run through my normal setup here. I'll play for the one full day or so, or 1 or 2 full days, and let it just get started. And then I'll probably cut and do a little off-camera stuff, and then I'll come back later and do some more. Okay, run away. So first we'll start off, we'll go through our guys. Minor skills. Okay. Miner. Farmer. Well, we don't want you. Archer, we definitely don't want you. Stonemason. Builder, we'll need you later. Infantry, we don't need you. Trader, we don't need you. Woodchopper, we'll need you. Okay, so we'll start. We got 1 miner, 1 woodchopper. I'm going to put you on foraging. You on foraging. You I'm going to leave stonemason, although I really should put you forager. Yeah, I'm going to put you stonemason. I'll put you forager. And I'll put you woodchopper. That should give me 2 wood choppers, 1 miner. So I'll make you also a miner. Actually, let's make you a wood chopper and this guy a miner because he's got the same skills. There we go. And that's everybody. Okay. Let's go through inventories real quick here. Where are my... Okay, keep 1 knife. 1 bow. 5 arrows. Bring your encumbrance up to maximum. Alright, I'm going to skip over the next little bit, but basically for the first bit, what I do is I set everybody up so that they do everything just as you saw, and I'm going to pick it up after I get everybody set up and going. Alright, we're back. I've just assigned everybody. I still haven't actually hit the pause button. This red area here is for mining. This little purple area is the hall, which is where your people will meet. And these light teal colored strips is a road. I basically just draw a road from one side of the map to the other. The only purpose for the road is to get settlers and traders come through, hopefully. Alright, so I've got foragers, I've got lumberjacks, I've got miners, and I got a guy making tools. So let's hit play and away we go. Now, the reason I do this is the foragers are set to pick berries, harvest animals, harvest wheat. The miners are over here. They're going to be picking on stone. The lumberjacks, the two lumberjacks are going to be cutting down mature trees. If you leave the stump, the tree will regrow. Now the reason I do this instead of getting all right into building right off the top is I find what happens is I usually have one guy doing each of these tasks, running around going crazy, and we end up with a lot of problems with how do you call it, work not getting done. Guys will just stand there, they'll get pathing issues, they'll jam up, they'll get stupid, and then it gets very frustrating, and the next thing you know, you've got a pack of skeletons walking through your town, and yeah, it's game over. Now I've got these guys clearing off this area here where this stone is. What I'm thinking I will do is I will build a actual town hall type building over top of this stone patch, and then what I will do is I'll have them tunnel into this hillside underneath for resources, for stone and for coal and whatnot that they can harvest. Now as you can see, my computer really does not do well with this game and the recording at once. And it's playing incredibly slow. So I apologize for the fact that it seems like it's running at 2 frames per second because, well, it is. Now, as you can see, my foragers, I told everybody to carry, all the foragers to carry a short bow and stone arrows. Now, not all of them have it because I don't have that many of them. But the ones that do will go out and they will hunt boars and other animals, chickens and whatnot, and that will come back with hides, feathers, food, and fat. Other guys will just go out and they'll harvest berries and wheat, and they'll come back with just food and wheat. Now wheat actually has a lot of use in building, but other than that it has no purpose. See, here we go, fat and animal fur as well as some food. Now this is just from probably hunting a pig or something like that. This is my stone, my stonemason. He's probably building another toy, another tool. Yeah, he's building a stone axe. A pickaxe guy. He's out collecting raw wood. Now these guys will fill up. This storage unit will start showing up saying it's too full very quickly, in fact. So the first objects I'm going to build is some raw material storage. I need to store wood, so I'm going to put down a wood stockpile. Now this is just a temporary type thing, so this is just here for more for good looks than anything. And I want a raw wood stockpile. Spacebar rotates, and I'm just going to place it right there. Now one of these guys will come around and we'll build it. I believe it's just a crafted by a wood chopper. So it's just one of these two wood choppers will come by and do this. The other thing I want to keep my eye on is how much stone I have. If you build too many tools too quickly, just order your stockpiles of tools like you would think you would need. You will run out of your starting stone before they have mined enough to make any difference. I've actually had two or more instances, where, now you're being fussy. 2 or more instances where they have actually mined all the stone. As you see, I'm already full. Let's see if I can find one of my. Okay, oh wait, you were a pickaxe guy. Because they're digging down quite a few layers, I actually want to put a stone deposit near here, but I want it close to the wagon for the first little while. So I'm going to actually build one here by the wood pile. Now, seeing it's already midday, objects, storage, masonry. Now you only have one choice for masonry. It's just one thing that needs to be built, and that's the mason stone pile. And I'm just going to plop that right next to the wood pile for now. Now some people will get right into farming and whatnot first off, and I find I can usually forage and fish enough food to keep these people fed for a while. You really need everybody focused on part of your building. Right from the word go. Resource collection and building is your huge problems. Now, how deep did I say to dig this stuff? Can I see this again? One of these days I'm going to remember which control does what. Okay, now if you scroll through the map layers, it will do it, but you start off at something like level 100 or something. So you actually have to tap down quite a lot before it actually gets down to any point here. Okay, I've got these guys going down 2 more layers from what this is now. Okay. The reason I needed to know that was because I want to make sure I have room underneath my town hall for what I want to build. So 2 layers, so I want to go up. It's afternoon now, so I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to do a little layout here. So construction. Walls. Yeah, we'll go great stone. We'll click pillars and unclick that. I just grabbed an area and said mine this area. So I'm not sure how wide it is or how wide it isn't. Now this has a nasty habit. See, this is something I have found with this game that I cannot fix, resolve, or deal with. It will make boxes for you, and you will get accidental misclicks all the time. For example, it jumps. See how it jumped to a 2x2 or a 2x1 box rather than just a 1x1 box? And it selected it and then it built it before I had it ordered. Now I didn't want that. So now I have to wait till it gets built and then I have to dig that out. So if I'm down 2, I want to come up 3. That puts me about 5 high. So that should be plenty of room underneath. Now I'm just going to do a little counting here, and I find that because of that problem with the way it works, if I try to count, okay, 11. 11's a good number. I like 11. The other thing I've been having a lot of issues with is the zoom. So in case you're wondering why I'm not zooming stuff in and out very quickly, it's because the zoom does not like me very much. Okay, we're back. Just finished laying out where I want the columns of my building to go. Because it's afternoon, I expect that I'm going to have to turn everybody to miners and builders very quickly here. I don't want to have a bunch of foragers running around, because what happens is they usually end up getting into trouble. So now what I'll do is I will click on resources while I'm waiting for evening to come. Minimize that menu and bring this one up and say timber. I want 20 of those should be sufficient. Twine. This is a level 1 tailor and it requires no thing to build. I'm going to order some of these, however many of those I get come in. This requires a level 6 stonemason, stone, and dirt. I want 20 of those, and I want 20 of these. Now these won't get built until I build the forge and I build these other things. That's all minor stuff that I will do later. But since I'm here, I'm going to set this up. The ingots, I usually just order them as I have materials come in, so that's fine. So we'll take that away. We'll put design up. And what we'll do is we'll bring up objects. I'll bring up the workshop. And the first one I build is the timbering bench. Ordinarily, I'd like to build this where I'm going to put where I'm going to actually put all my workshops, but for now, this gets plumped right down here by the wagon. Okay, plumped by the wagon. Now that'll get built, and that'll allow me to build lumber.